There's a growing number of members of the Houston area law enforcement who are of South Asian descent. They make up a small but growing number at HPD, Harris County, and other law enforcement agencies in a city that is celebrated for its diversity. In 2015, the Harris County Sheriff's Office became the largest law enforcement agency in the country to allow a Sikh deputy to serve with religious articles of faith. Why is diversity so important when it comes to law enforcement? That's the question we explore tonight with the men and women who protect this community. Here to talk about it from the Houston Police Department, Captain Yasser Bashir, who is Pakistani, and Officer Khalid Amri, who is Moroccan, and Deputy Sandeep Dalawal from the Harris County Sheriff's Office. Glad to have you here on The Factor. Glad to have you back again.
All right, thank you.
So when we look at diversity in law enforcement, why is it so important in Houston and Harris County?
It is extremely vital that you have a very diverse law enforcement officers, because that's the community we're serving. One of the core principles for the Houston Police Department is that the department and the different division units, we will strive our best to reflect the cultural makeup of the community that we serve. And the research has shown, the officers who speak different languages or who are from similar cultures, the citizen will open up to them. And as you know, part of the challenges we have in law enforcement is because we need people to come forward when they become victims, and we want them to be witnesses. And with a very diverse department, we're able to reach out and build those connections and build that trust with the diverse communities.
And so when you walk into neighborhoods and people see you, and it's a community that you can recognize and may be part of your heritage, does that give them a sense of relief when they see you walk in as an officer?
Of course it does, because us as humans, we're more likely to open up to people that look like us, to people that share the same background, share the same culture, the same, even religion, even the same gender, for example. So whenever you walk into somewhere like that, of course they'll be more open because they look at you and they're like, oh, that person is kind of like me, so I feel more comfortable talking to that person. And I mean, that's a good thing. It's very good because, I mean, for where I work, it's mostly people from my background. So whenever I go to talk to them, to speak with them, they're more openly, they talk to me more openly than they would to my partner or somebody else that's there.
And Sandeep, you made national headlines when you went into the Harris County Sheriff's Department. Was there any extra pressure on you after getting all of that national attention and then having to go out into the community?
Of course there was. Extra pressure as of representing your community is a lot of responsibility as well. Now you're representing a community as a whole. So what do you do? Reflect back on the community. Right. So it was, since I was the first in Texas to allow a turban, and it was a lot of pressure, but at the same time I was happy, I was motivated that I can educate more people, because I had some incidents where I felt that it's very much needed. It's way overdue to educate the public. And since then, I think that not a single incident, and people are more aware of who Sikhs are. And like the officer said, when you work in the area where you look like them, they're more open to you. And I said that, where we come from in India, because of corruption and all that, people kind of stay distant from the police. So it was very helpful in my community that when they see a person in a turban look like them, they're more likely to come forward with what they saw. And, it's good community policing it was for the community.
Is there any effort by you guys to reach out to more South Asians to build up the ranks so that you guys can have that presence in HPD and in the community?
Oh, we constantly do it. For example, Officer Umri, she does regular articles with Lebanon Times and reach out to different communities. I mean, the Arabic community. I do radical sound bites. I do different safety awareness presentations. And this is regularly done weekly to monthlies. And we will continue to do that, build trust, not just South Asian community, but all the communities that I oversee in my district.